Gabor, and in this video series, I love giving a voice and increasing the reach for people who are innovators, thought leaders, and mission driven entrepreneurs. Now, that describes today's guest, Alex O'Hara, to a T. Alex is the CEO and founder of the infant self feeding tool Mashblocks. At the root cause, Alex is changing our cultural relationship with food as a solution to obesity and other health problems. It's no surprise that she's been recognized in two categories for the 2018 New South Wales ACT Young Achiever Awards, and she has won in the small business category. In 2017, she was also the Young Businesswoman of the Year for the Canberra Women in Business Awards. So, in a relatively short time in business, you've amassed quite a lot of awards. Why do you think that is?
Thanks. Look, a business is basically finding a scalable solution to a pain point that a lot of people are facing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a real opportunity for entrepreneurs to tackle some of the world's biggest problems in social issues, in health, and that's what I'm aiming for, and in environmental issues. But you really need to have that really woven into your core mission in order to really find purchase with it. I also think this is the responsibility of entrepreneurs going forward, because these problems, they're just not going to fix themselves, and government isn't in the best position to do so either.
That's true. One of the things I love about your business is that from the very start, you've incorporated these principles of sustainability and being a heart or soul-driven goals right from the very start. A lot of businesses don't do that, so that's really commendable.
Thank you. Well, I think it's only come into fashion fairly recently, and we've only had the opportunity for it too as well. It's just, so part of it might be timing, but it's also being really strong about your values and where you want to go, and what you want to achieve.
Absolutely. So talk about Mashblocks and how they help. What
Sure.
they are and how they help.
So they're basically hollow silicon building blocks. They're quite tactile.
Okay.
But the idea is that
soft as well.
Yeah. But the idea is that they make mashed potato consistency food much more fun and engaging for kids 6 months to about 3. We've got kids that won't touch banana or porridge or spinach or avocado who will eat it out of Mashblocks. So that has obvious benefits.
Yeah.
But crucially, they're able to stop eating when they've had enough, when they've got the tools to do it themselves.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here, but it sounds as though you've had personal experiences that might have led to the creation of Mashblocks, if you're happy to talk about that.
Yeah, very astute of you. One of my earliest memories of food was of this adult-sized plate of stroganoff and pasta, and I pushed it away at some point and said that I was full. I haven't really felt that sensation properly since. I really struggle to regulate when I'm hungry or when I've had enough. But at the time, my mum's best wisdom was to tell me to finish my plate, otherwise I wouldn't get dessert. I didn't need either, but I wolfed them both down to please her and ended up consuming about 3 times the volume of food that a kid that age would need. And you can imagine that if this happens night after night and meal after meal, that this obviously creates problems.
Yeah.
So I ended up obese in my teens, caused me a lot of personal pain that I would like to save anyone else from going through.
Yeah. Wow. Another facet of your business that I absolutely love is the facet of environmental sustainability and the use of bioplastic. Talk about that for a sec.
Thanks. Yeah, well, at the moment, we're doing recyclable packaging. I'm paying extra for that. The unit itself is reusable. The bioplastic is still in the works. But I had the opportunity to turn this into a baby food jar, which has a number of benefits. Like it supports soft chunks because you've got the wide opening that have obvious benefits to kids' oromotory development. Like they're chewing, so they're developing the muscles that they later use to speak. But it also means that food's able to be savoury. but I didn't want to be sending these things to landfill, so I held out, and then sure enough, we got a formula for a bioplastic that's still in development, but the idea is to use that in this design, license it to baby food companies worldwide, and replace the pouch and spout packages that are currently sending so much junk to landfill.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what is the big vision here? What's the big goal? What's the big purpose?
Many big goals, but the vision is to turn around our obesity statistics by foremost by establishing healthy habits from the start, where kids are listening to their own bodies in a way that they don't necessarily get an opportunity to when they're being spoon-fed. And there's similar supportive research for the benefits of breastfeeding over bottle feeding for that reason, because the kids are regulating it. I recognise that this is a small part. I mean, while it's an enormous goal, it's still a small part of a much bigger picture to which I'd like to contribute as well.
I love the mission behind your business and everything that you're doing. I think it's wonderful, and I think it's something that the research that you're doing is information that everyone should know about, because unfortunately in the Western world and in many other cultures as well, we've overridden our intuitive guidance on food and what its purpose and what it should be.
Totally agree.
On that note, can you tell viewers where they can find out more information about the outcomes of your research and follow what you're doing, and your website and everything else?
Well, research is still coming through. Occasionally I blog about it. You're able to see that or purchase the product at mashblocks.com, MASHBLOX. You're also welcome to follow me on socials, Facebook. I share a bit of information there. Instagram is more visual. You're welcome to follow me personally on LinkedIn. If you want to send a connection request, please include a message, because I'm getting a lot.
Okay.
And
you have a YouTube channel, don't you?
Yeah, and I need more followers there.
Okay.
But there's that includes a few videos like this. I'd love to put this up there. But also giving tips and tricks for how to use them, how to fill them, and the sort of benefits that other parents are getting out of them.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you got quite a lot of information from this short video interview. And as always, leave your questions or comments in the comment box below, and be nice.
Thanks.